degree.
Internet law degree?
Listen to me. You need to be quiet. Listen to me for 2 seconds.
Okay.
If you come and park in my yard, you think I'm going to give you 5 seconds? You're gone.
This isn't a question of your yard, sir. This is a question of law.
I'm not going to talk over you, Mr. Raposo. You want to have this conversation with me? You're going to be quiet. Let me talk.
You don't have to raise your voice with me.
Don't talk over me again. You want to continue the conversation or you want to end the conversation?
Please proceed. I'm curious as to what you have to say.
Okay. If you park on my property, let's just say I've got a field beside my house or a field down the road, and you park there. I want to give you 5 seconds.
What are you going to do?
I can take that vehicle.
What are you going to do?
I don't want it on my property.
What are you going to do? I'm going to ask you. If I'm parked on that property, what are you going to do?
I'm going to have it towed off.
Okay, under what authority?
It's not supposed to be there.
That's not law, sir. So while you tell me I'm learning my little internet law degree over semantics, you are outside of your element right now trying to make claims that you cannot substantiate. So if you're going to tell me you're going to have me towed, you need to be proving that I'm in some form of violation of a law, sir, before you commit theft of my property, which is exactly the instance that has occurred. Theft has occurred.
Your property.
How is it not theft of my property, sir?
Okay, because it's not. Okay?
Oh, you can't tell me because it's not. You need to cover law.
You need to go find you an attorney. Is it best?
No, I do not. I get provided a prosecutor. Do you hear me?
Say again?
I get provided a prosecutor.
Well, then go talk to the Commonwealth attorney.
Well, I have. I submitted felony reports, and I'm going to be adding one in regards to you in addition. So with that being said, I'm really troubled because there is no peace officer that is non-biased who is familiar with these statutes and laws who can execute this information to the proper magistrate who is also not being biased, running around the fact there is no evidence of a trespassing vehicle. So I just elaborated to you who's refused to investigate, and you told me that you're just going to have me towed off that property because, well, it's the law, but you haven't told me what the law was, sir. Have you not studied any law?
Yeah, I did a little while ago. I mean, it's been about 24 years since
I can tell it's been a very long time for you.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, it has been alleged that it was abandoned, but that's not the question anymore. So, as far as the semantics of the law goes, state law that would give our local ordinance here in the town of South Boston its authority would be 18.2119 in regards to trespassing vehicles. So can you tell me that I was trespassing after having been forbidden to do so?
Like I said, I wasn't there, Chief. You're asking me.
You weren't there. You weren't there. Have you investigated this allegation of trespassing?
I'm sorry, do what now?
Have you investigated the allegation that my property or myself was trespassing?
No, I have not.
Okay, so you haven't really investigated this, have you?
You see, and the thing is, what it boils down to is you're police officer shopping. Really, the state police has no standing in this matter.
Yes, you do. Absolutely, they do.
No, we don't.
How do you not? Do you not have jurisdiction in the state of Virginia along highways?
But on long highways and you're on private property.
No, it moved jurisdiction, sir. You were absolutely wrong. When criminal theft occurred, my property got removed in your jurisdiction.
Okay, what part of it was not criminal theft do you not grasp?
Well, I grasp every fact that you can't provide me information of law in regards to how it wasn't criminal theft. So if you can help me grasp this, please elaborate, sir.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
Tell me.
Why don't you give me a couple minutes to work on it and I'll call you back. How about that?
I would love that more than anything.
Okay. What is the number I can reach you at? I think I've got it somewhere, but I don't want to slight you.
This is a temporary number right now. You can give me a call back at 434-272-9254.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Now, don't expect it in the next 5 minutes. I might even call the Attorney General.
I've tried to reach out to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Okay. So when you do, can you provide my criminal reports to the Attorney General, if you do? And then with that being said, I did want to update you in regards to a statute I goofed on. And I included a statutory code. And if you look it up, it's regard active duty military. That's not supposed to be the statute that's there. It's supposed to be the statute for 48-hour abandonment.
Okay.
But I provided the updated information of the criminal report in regards to the law surrounding alleged trespassing. So you now have more up-to-date information surrounding why I was denied because they're alleging I'm trespassing. If you cannot find any evidence that suggests I have been forbidden to do so and that I was deemed trespassing under 18.2-119, it is your job and duty to investigate this and execute the arrest and request the warrants and execute the arrest. And it is also your duty to immediately restore me to my property under the Crime Victims' Rights Act.
And I'm also I know this for a fact, that you've been offered your property back and you refused it.
Well, it was with stipulation, sir, which would have me enter into a further contractual obligation. Listen, Mark Estes cajoled me, okay? And he gave me the option for him to tow my property to anywhere I requested as long as I had permission to be on said property. So Mark Estes, hold on. I know what you want to say, but hold on. Mark Estes was entering me into a contract in regards to the return of my property, which he had no right to do. I can have my property on all public thoroughfare. So with that being said, I have a right, and he is further conspiring to put me into contracts that I...
Hey, you want me to take it up, drop the middle of the 58 for you? You want me to do that for you? Would that make you happy?
Sir, you're being highly unprofessional.
Well, I'm just asking. You said...
No, you're being highly unprofessional. I'd like you to maintain professionalism, please.
Well, I'm just asking a question. You sit here and say, you can put it on any public thoroughfare. Do you want me to dump it in the middle of the road for you?
Are you asking me personally if you can return it to me by dumping it in the middle of a highway? Are you not sounding very condescending right now?
It's a rhetorical question to help you see just almost where I can't deal with you.
I understand, but there was no authority to remove it. And with that being said, Mark Estes has no authority to offer the return with stipulation, forcing me into a contract in regards to the return. And with that being said, I told Mr. Estes, I want to inspect my property for damages. He asked me, oh, you saying I damaged your property? I said, well, if you engaged in an unlawful tow, contracting another party to remove my property, that is a direct abuse of use of my car, moving it, my vehicle, and my sole primary domicile. And when that unauthorized use occurred and it was moved, I already know that I cannot find my dog brush that was on the steps. So that could be from here all the way to wherever it was towed. So I'm already missing more property because I'm not assuming they opened the door and threw that in there. So I'm being deprived of all of my basic needs, and nobody can tell me with supporting the law under color of law exactly what I was in violation of with merit. So it changed from being abandoned, as I told you, to now being alleged trespassing. But as you see clearly, trespass after having been forbidden to do so is the law. I was never forbidden to be on that property, just like the other general public was never forbidden who parks there, here, and there. And the day following my tow, after I notified Mark Estes and given him an option to retract and restore me to my property, they begun the development to ensure boundary markers and fencing to keep the general public now off the property that we've also been accessing now openly for generations. So I don't appreciate the unprofessionalism here. And when you tell me that, you would personally have me towed if I was parked in the field next to your house, you're going to have to be in accordance with law just like these individuals. You are not going to be shielded and protected like these people if you committed a crime against me and there's no law to support your acts. That is what I'm conveying to you right now, that I feel that the officials are being willfully blind in refusing to acknowledge that I am absolutely right here. You yourself told me that I was in violation of the law that would merit a tow, but you could not tell me yourself what violations were unfolding. Okay? So therefore, I'm already assuming you have no clue about law or what you're talking about. So I encourage you...
Every 2 weeks. I mean, honestly, it's a big joke. They just pay me every 2 weeks.
I encourage you to reach out to our Attorney General immediately and submit this information, all the information that I've given you, because I have yet to bridge that gap. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and reach out to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Roanoke while you go ahead and do that.
All right. Well, I'll get back to you 4 days over.
Okay, for sure. Thank you.